Welcome to Celebrity Vibe. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello have been secretly communicating through. We will injure it all down for you. But in the previous than we proceed, please, if you are new to this channel, please take a minute of your treasure time to subscribe and hit the notification bell for massive updates. Let's dive into the video. Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes broke up in November 2021 after over 2 years of dating. Shawn Mendes says his ultramodern single was once stimulated by using the end of his relationship with ex-girlfriend Camila Cabello. The musician, 23, launched his new song, When You're Gone, on Friday, and told Extra shortly after the single dropped that he wrote the music a month after he and Cabello, 25, split. Mendes and Cabello have been first noticed kissing in 2019 and dated for over 2 years earlier than calling it quits in November 2021. A month later, you form of begin, having all the reminiscences of matters that happened, and all the recollections of so many tremendous matters, and I was once writing about that. Mendes told Extra of the songwriting system for When You're Gone. Mendes additionally advised the outlet he reached out to Cabello earlier than releasing his song, explaining, Camila and I have usually been writers for as lengthy as we've got acknowledged every other, so we apprehend what that means. And we recognize what that means. And there'll continually be transparency between us. The Canadian singer stated he wrote the single due to the fact he desired to be open and candid, telling Extra that the one way you can join with genuine human beings in the actual way is by being trustworthy and being vulnerable. The Stitches singer additionally shared how he is doing months after his breakup from Cabello, admitting he has been leaning on pals and household, and managing his anxiousness with meditation. I suppose a lot of it is relying on humans around you, he told Extra. I have a lot of great pals and household, and I simply form of balanced it out between them. Mendes currently opened up similarly about single life, sharing a video to Twitter last month in which he instructed his followers, I suppose it really is the reality, that kinda I am on my personal now after, like, eventually I am really on my very own, and I hate that. The singer clarified his remark to Extra, explaining, I do not hate being on my own, actually. There's a lot of high quality matters about being on your own. He continued, I suppose that what I used to be referring to is when you are so used to continually having someone to name that second, that character isn't always there anymore. It can experience like everything's falling apart. But then if you can type of work via that, and let yourself form of get through that, you can begin to be that individual for yourself, and be that electricity yourself, which is a huge large thing. Even though he is now single, Mendes might not be inserting strain on himself to strike up a new romance every time soon. I no way truly say sure or no to that question, he stated when requested, if he is looking to remain single. It is what it is, Mendes added. I certainly suppose that I'd like to be as full and cozy in content material inside myself earlier than I attempt to get that from someone else. I suppose that's the actuality that type of hit me. It's like, oh, I'm on my very own now, the singer, 23, stated in a new video posted to Instagram. Now I experience like finally, like, I'm virtually on my own, and I hate that. That's my reality, you know. Mendes, who used to be sitting at a piano and talking candidly to the camera, introduced that he didn't realize all this that comes after a breakup. Which is like, who do I name when I'm, like, in a panic attack? Who do I name when I'm like, on the edge? He continued. Mendes and Cabello, 25, were first linked in July 2019 and introduced their breakup closing fall with a joint announcement shared to Instagram. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello broke up in November of 2021, however they're nevertheless wondering about one another. Mendes' new music When You're Gone used to be stimulated through his former relationship, as he told Extra's Katie Krause in an interview, to promote the single's track video. I wrote this music about a month after Camila and I broke up, stated Mendes. A month later, you variety of begin, having all the recollections of matters that happened, and all the reminiscences of so many extremely good things. And I used to be writing about that. This content material is imported from YouTube. You can also be in a position to locate the equal content material in any other format, or you might also be in a position to locate extra information at their internet. Camila says the breakup befell due to the fact of a shift in priorities for the couple. My priorities have fluctuated, and my focal point has modified during my life, Camila said. Those years that we have been dating, I don't even sense like, even whilst I used to be writing this album, and even nevertheless now, I guess, my center of attention is truly on, how can I be a well-rounded person? And aside from my career, my focal point wasn't even on my career. This album actually was once a device of me becoming a greater well-rounded character, and obtaining intimacy with my collaborators. That used to be my quantity one intention, was once no longer even, how do I make the quality album and the quality music? My range one intention was, how can I simply make tune with humans that I desire to have dinner with afterwards? How can me speak about these matters assist me construct believe with people? How can I discuss about the icky matters that I have and talk about with each person, and then get it to a location to place these people, due to the fact they're like, oh yeah, I completely relate can validate my personal experience. Camila continued, an equal component with these years that we have been together. My focal point used to be just, how can I stay at joyful lifestyles and be in a healthy, completely happy relationship? I was once doing remedy a lot. My focal point sincerely has shifted. And even now whilst I'm in promo mode, honestly, if I'm no longer having fun, what's the point? I assume as I get older, yeah, the priorities shift. And I sense like that was once that way for each of us. Because we each began so younger too, we're actually gaining knowledge of how to be healthful adults. And that every so often capacity now not having your wide variety one center of attention be your career. And that's okay. Camila also talked about heartbreak and how she views it now. Something that my mother has usually stated to me, I take into account my first two heartbreaks, me simply being devastated, she said. And my mother being like, you're devastated now, and you're going to be devastated the subsequent time that this takes place to you. And you're constantly like, oh my god, how am I going to? I'm in no way going to ride something like this again. And lifestyles proves you incorrect each time. You simply in no way be aware of what's round the corner. And my mother has actually always, a couple of times, I'm like this befell, and then this happened. She's like, así es la vida, like, that's simply the way existence is. You need to have study about Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes, budding romance rumors, and we suppose they're alleged a couple with all the PDA images that have started out making inroads on social media. Reportedly, in accordance to E! News, Camila added her mother, father, and sister to Shawn's remaining exhibit in Miami this weekend. Apparently, the purpose at the back of Camila being on tour with him is that they can't appear to be away from every other. The two have even collaborated professionally and they do sound desirable together. The most current instance is their chart-busting quantity senorita that sort of establishes their relationship too, as they dance seductively in it. Shawn was once beforehand linked to Justin Bieber's cutting-edge spouse Hailey First Earl Baldwin of Bewdley, however they by no means absolutely established their relationship. They, however, walked the purple carpet at Met Gala. Singer Shawn Mendes' new music When You're Gone was once stimulated through his breakup from lady friend and singer Camila Cabello, and it helped him process the concept of being by myself again. I think, in a lot of ways, it used to be simply me sort of processing what it feels like to be on my personal again, and processing what it feels like to research how to cope and be there for myself, he advised Eastern Time Online. The unique tune used to be actually an unhappy ballad, and it ended up turning into an upbeat tempo sort of song, so it's interesting I suppose if you can encompass a tune in a sonic soundscape that makes human beings excited. It lets in humans to hear more. Mendes continued. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello have been officially dating since July 2019, and matters appear to be going very nicely for these two. Mendes told Entertainment Tonight's Katie Krause in a video interview that he and his lady friend of 12 months and a half have mentioned getting engaged. Is she a perpetually person? You speak about an engagement one day. Krause requested Mendes at about 1 minute and 45 seconds in the video below. Please inform us in the comments. Please do now no longer neglect about to subscribe and flip on the notification bell to see our current day updates. Thanks for watching.